training to failure will not make you stronger. Okay? A powerlifter put this to me once. I'm not a powerlifter, and I train more for aesthetics, more so than just pure strength. But driving up your strength is very important. The way this powerlifter put it to me was that you don't get stronger by adding weight. You add weight because you got stronger. So if it were true that you just got stronger by adding weight, you'd be able to do a Mike Mentzer 1 set to failure workout and just add 5 pounds in perpetuity and bench 600 pounds by the end of the year. But that's not how this works, okay? You need to instead teach your body to do more work in less time. The Germans got this down. Unfortunately, it was bastardized into an awful program. I hope none of you ever do, I should say, called German volume training. Please don't do that program. It's horrible. But it's based on a German study where they found out that he who did more tonnage in a span of time, 10, 15 minutes, the more you could do in that span of time, not over the course of a 2-hour workout, in that span of time, the more strength and mass and strength and just overall power, because again, strength and power are related but also different. Story for another day, but not to mince my words. The more output you got, physique-wise, strength-wise, everything. That's what you want. It's what you're going to the gym for. Whereas if you're just training to failure, that's like a powerlifter doing a 1 rep max every single workout. That's not how any of them train. All these people that their livelihood is adding pounds to the bar, most of them train far away from failure. And that's what I do. Most of my sets are 5+ reps away from failure. Some of my training is to failure, but a very small fraction of it, okay? So you have to understand that if you are doing every set to failure, you're just testing yourself. You're not building strength. You're just testing it. And unfortunately, a lot of people think that this 1 set to failure, Mike Mentzer stuff, makes them gain strength, because in the short run, it does, because it allows them to deload the fatigue from doing too much before that. And suddenly they're able to recover well. Suddenly they get these unrealized gains that, like I said, were unrealized before switching to that kind of program. And they're like, oh, this is the way. But then they hit 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and boom, no more gains. Then they stall out. They can't just magically add 5 pounds every week. So again, don't fall for this high intensity nonsense, because most of the people that purported it, not only were they selling Nautilus machines like Arthur Jones and Mike Mentzer, they also didn't really do it. Mike Mentzer, it was reported by a lot of the old school bodybuilders, including Franco, that the Mentzer brothers trained just as long and stupidly as all the other gearheads did back in the golden era. They weren't doing that stuff. Nobody did that stuff. Okay? And the ones who claim success from it, they're all on gear. So why are you taking advice from people who are on gear if you're natural? Food for thought. Take advice from people who have continuously gotten stronger as naturals, and do that. Don't go to failure on everything. Going to failure is easy. Regulating your training so that you don't burn out, that's not as easy. And that's something that you need to learn the skill of doing over the course of time, so that you can continuously add weight, add strength. Not all the time. You're not going to make linear gains, but if you do it in a regulated fashion over the course of a year, you'll make quadruple the gains that some only go to failure guy ever will. Okay? So another point I want to make on this is that a lot of you guys that say training to failure on everything works for you, it works for you because you're at the stage in your training career where everything will work for you. You could ride a bicycle and your legs would grow. Okay? So just remember that eventually you're going to hit a wall. And when you hit that wall, when you hit this ceiling of the cup, that is your capacity, you need to increase the size of the cup. Increase your ability to fill the cup with more water in a span of time. That's what work capacity means. But if you want more details on it, watch the long video in my Instagram bio. Click on that. It's like an hour long. Watch the whole thing. Don't be a dopamine fiend, and learn everything that I got for you. So click on that. Let's get moving. Jesus is King. I'll talk to you all soon.